Here are some pictures of Def Leppard and I. The first time I met them was June 2nd, 1983 in Hampton, Virginia. I was living in Virginia Beach at the time. I was 15 and still going to school, obviously. And two of my girlfriends, Elaine and Elise, actually quit school because they were afraid to miss a Def Leppard video on MTV. They were so obsessed with Def Leppard. They quit school and watched MTV all day long. Apparently, they didn't have a VCR. So I said, listen, this is not cool. You really need to go to school. So we're going to find a way to meet the band so you can just get over this and resume your education. I had recently met the Cars after their show. And so I figured meeting a band after the show is not a good idea because they're in a hurry to leave to go to the next show, usually. And I had an idea. We should go to the Def Leppard show in the daytime before the rest of the fans get there, and then we'll have a better chance of meeting the band. I pretended to go to school that day wearing a big baggy t-shirt, and underneath I had a littler top so I could look older. We wanted to look older. We didn't want them to say, oh, you guys are just 15 and 16, get out of here. So we were wearing high heels and tight jeans. Women like to look older when they're younger and younger when they're older. So we convinced Elaine's grandma, Oma, because they're German, that family was German, to drive us to the Hampton Coliseum. We arrived around 1 p.m. and Elaine saw Phil Collin walking across the parking lot about to get into a car. So Oma slammed on the brakes and we jumped out of the car, ran up to Phil. They asked for autographs and pictures and we all got selfies with Phil. And we thought that would be the end of it. We were just happy to meet him. But then he asked us if we knew where a Army Navy surplus store was because someone had stolen their gear, he called it gear, which means suitcases, whatever, at the previous location where they played. And they needed more parachute pants and stuff like that. So Elaine and Elise are from Virginia Beach. They knew exactly where to go. So we drove there, bought a bunch of stuff, came back to the venue, and on the way back, I told him that I give a great massage because my mom wanted me to walk on her back every day, massage her with my little hands, and I even bit my mom's back because she said my hands weren't strong enough. I started that when I was 5, so I was really good at massage already at age 15. Phil said, oh my God, I love massage. So we planned on doing the massage thing after their sound check. So he said to me, just wait on the tour bus. Me, Elaine, and Elise should wait on a tour bus with a bunch of English roadies while they do the sound check. The English roadies were wicked funny. That was the first time I ever met British people, and we just love their humor, okay? So this is where I turn into an Anglophile right about now. Anyhow, after the sound check, Phil came on the bus and got us girls, and he introduced me to Gary Moore, the opening act, and he said Gary wanted a hand massage because his hands were killing him. So I massaged Gary first. Then I got to meet Rick Allen and Steve Clark. This is all before the show, and we were just in heaven meeting all these great people, okay? And we got backstage passes, and we got like super close to the stage seat. We got to sit very close, and we got to watch the show. We were getting treated like royalty with these backstage passes. So I was like, I can never go back to just normal tickets. I want to meet the band every time now. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to barter, massage, and trade for backstage passes. And I did that actually from 1983 to 1994. And that's when I started charging money for massages. But that's another whole story. Let's concentrate on Def Leppard, okay? So after the show, the band invited us to their hotel, and they had a little party going on with Gary Moore and his band. And my girlfriends were just so ecstatic to be in the presence of their heroes. And it was just so fun watching them be in heaven, I mean, that would be like me meeting Mick Jagger at the time because I was so obsessed with the Rolling Stones. And watching them meet their heroes gave me hope. I was like, someday I'm going to meet the Stones. And I did. Anyhow, we got to hang out with the band, and Phil was telling me that they're going to play in Hartford, Connecticut, June 26th, which is good for me because you know why? School got out, and I said to my family who wanted to move to Georgia, because when you're in the Navy, you move a lot. I got tired of moving, so I said, I want to move back up to Connecticut, where I'm from. So, as soon as school got out, I moved back up to Connecticut, Ellington, Connecticut, to live with my granddad and my aunt. They were going to let me live with them so I could stop moving. And I went to every concert possible. June 26th, I went to the Hartford Civic Center and I saw the bus parked outside. And I walked right up and knocked on the door. And the bus driver got Phil and he's like, "Oh, there you are, Dot." And so I got another backstage pass, and he introduced me to the opening act, which was this time a band from Switzerland called Crocus. This was great because I never met anybody from Switzerland either. I didn't know their music, but it was so fun meeting all these bands. And then I went to the other show August 24th in Providence, Rhode Island, took a Greyhound bus again because I wasn't driving at the time. I'm still 15. I actually turned 16 October 19th, 1983. In Providence, I got to hang out with Crocus a lot more during the Def Leppard sound check, and here's a picture of me wearing the singer's crazy Viking vest in their dressing room. And here's one of me and the singer Mark. So I just wanted to share those pictures with you. And by the way, Def Leppard was huge at this time. Everybody was wearing the Union Jack shirt, and they were just, America was going through another British invasion at the time. We were absolutely bonkers in America for Def Leppard. Now you're going to see a little video of Def Leppard actually talking about the first time I met them in Virginia. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
Montag blieben Glauben globen.
Watched the gig, stay overnight, and then took a train back to wherever we were supposed to be. I mean, we could afford to do it. It got us out of that, this is a bit grim because we just did 55,000 people at Jack Murphy, and our next gig was in Sweden in front of 800.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
It really was. We did make that special. I mean, we done a lot of really cool, touristy things. And the other thing I'm wearing, see, I'm wearing the fatigues. I had all my clothes stolen. We were in Fort Myers, Florida, and I had those little shorts on. I'd been out to the beach. I come back in my room. Someone's rifle taken all my stuff, and I'm like, shit. So I'm borrowing everyone's clothes for a few days, and then I went to an Army and Navy store, and these kids, these local kids, one of them was Dr. Dot, the masseuse. And she said, "Oh, yeah, we can take you to this army surplus." So I bought all this stuff and ended up wearing it on stage and on tour, on everything, because I had no clothes whatsoever, just these tiny little shorts. Yeah.